one of the things I discovered when I was doing my research was that the history of computers, because it's typically a history of technology and what happens in steel boxes, has been something that's fascinated men. And therefore, typically the histories of computers have been written by men. Unfortunately, I've just realised I've completely disqualified myself from saying anything further about this because I'm also a man, so I probably fall straight into that category of people. But one of the things that I discovered was that there was a whole piece that was really not being written about, which is the history of programming and the history of software. And there's very little written about that. And, oh, this is fascinating because that story is much more about women. And somehow they've been sidelined because the story's always been about the technology, which was driven by the men. The people who used it, the people who had to set the machines to work, the people who were responsible for their day-to-day operation, the people who wrote the programs, the people who devised the software, these were all women. And that was absolutely remarkable to me. I didn't know anything about that because somehow they'd been written out of the narrative before. So this has been great because this has been, I mean, not only a very interesting sort of discovery to find out who these women were that were involved in things, but also trying to understand why they were written out of history as well.